If there is more than one term on one side of the equation, we need to make sure that we square the entire side. This means that we have to remember to write it twice and FOIL. Kind of can't do a cheer over a video, so we'll just have to do that in class if you have any questions. Okay, so let's take a look at the first problem. So we're going to square both sides of the equation, and because I have to square x plus 4, I'm going to put parentheses around him before I square him. So I get 2x plus 11 equals, now it's time to write it twice and FOIL. So I need to FOIL x plus 4 times x plus 4. So we still have 2x plus 11 on that side. So I'm going to get x squared plus 4x plus 4x plus 16. So 2x plus 11 equals x squared plus 8x plus 16. Now we want to move everybody to the same side, so I'm going to subtract 2x and 11. So I get 0 equals x squared plus 6x plus 5. So using the big X, I need to think of two numbers that add to 6 but multiply to 5. So that would be 5 and 1. X plus 5. X plus 1. So if I have x plus 5 equals 0 and x plus 1 equals 0, I have x equals -5 and x equals -1. So now, remember, it is possible that we could have extraneous solutions. So, is -5 or -1 an extraneous solution? What would happen if I took a -5 and I plugged it in to this part of the equation? I would get a negative. So the -5 is an extraneous solution. But if I took the -1 and plugged it in, I would get a positive number. I would get 3. So -1 is okay. Now let's take a look at the next problem. The square root of 3x minus 9 equals x minus 3. I know these are difficult problems. Something like this would probably be extra credit on a test. So we're going to square both sides and get 3x minus 9 equals, what's the next step? If you said write it twice and FOIL, you are right. So we get 3x minus 9 equals x squared minus 3x minus 3x plus 9. So 3x minus 9 equals x squared minus 6x plus 9. We want to get everybody on one side. So we get 0 equals x squared minus 9x plus 18. So using our big X, let's find two numbers that add to -9 but multiply to, positive 18, not negative 18. There we go. Okay, so we know that 6 and 3 multiply to 18, and if we make them negative, we will get a -9. So x minus 6 and x minus 3 set both of them equal to 0. So we end up with x equals 6 and x equals 3. Are any of these solutions extraneous? If we take 6 and plug it in to this side of the equation, we end up with a positive 3, and that's okay. So 6 is a good answer. Let's plug in a 3. If we plug in a 3, we get a 0. Is it okay to take the square root of something and get 0? It is okay. So this has two solutions, because x equals 3 works as well. We do have one of these types of problems in our classwork. So when you do these, always remember to check for extraneous solutions. If both solutions end up being extraneous, in these examples, there was always a solution. One worked or both worked. But if none of them work, then there is no solution. We'll work on these problems more in class.